As we enter this time at the end of Holy Week and we look towards the joy of Easter, our final special day is the Easter Vigil. I love the Easter Vigil because it is right where death and life collide. There's this sense of light and darkness, this sense of all these different polarities, and there's God right in the middle of all of it. Here we are in our Good Shepherd Columbarium, where we place ashes of our beloved saints of our church, and also where preschools love to come and visit the fountain here and see this shepherd behind me. It reminds me that life and death is all a part of this world that God created. The thing is that God didn't leave us in that place of death and despair, though. Jesus Christ, he rose. And so our sadness, our remembering the suffering of Jesus on Good Friday, leads us to this moment. This is the night. This is the night we remember that Jesus is alive. The Easter Vigil is all about that spark of light reigniting into our world, that light that is Jesus. The cool thing about this Easter Vigil service is that there are all kinds of symbols that are physical, that we can see, that we can be a part of. We light this flame, this fire, to remind us of that very first light that God created when God created the whole universe. And it also reminds us that Jesus is our light and gives us that same light in baptism. The Holy Spirit came into this world in fire and flame. Jesus puts that light in our hearts. That light that never goes out, it's holding on even now in the wind, just barely. Easter Vigil is historically a time when people were baptized. The first Christians were baptized on Easter Vigil night. And that joy of new life, that joy of the resurrection is symbolized in our baptism. The women discovered Jesus wasn't there at the empty tomb early on Easter morning while it was still dark. Easter Vigil is also a time that reminds us that that dark sacred night, that night when those women discovered Jesus, comes right before the joy of Easter Sunday, the joy that we celebrate with noise and music and worshiping God on Easter. This Easter Vigil is a really special time to be with God, to remember the gifts that God gave us, to remember the bigger story that we are a part of, from creation to Jesus, and that story that we keep carrying on as people of faith.